Hey guys, it's April again, and since it's coming up to Halloween, I thought I'd do like a conspiracy theory video, like a creepy one-ish. So, because I love conspiracy theories, but I haven't done one yet on my channel, so for Halloween, I thought I'd give it a try, and if you guys like it, and if it's well viewed, I might do another, okay? Deal? So I'm going to tell you my top 5 creepy-ish conspiracy theories. Well, they don't belong to me, they're one of my favourites. I'm sure I'll leave the links in the description somewhere as to where I found this information in case you want to read up more about it. Some of these you probably won't have even heard of before, so they will be new to you, some of which you might have heard of a bit. So anyway, first one I'm starting off with quite a popular one, and it's about the World Trade Center. Okay, during the time that John F. Kennedy was in office, there was a false flag proposal, okay, within the government, and this was called Operation Northwoods. This involved the CIA causing terrorism attacks upon the US, and then they would eventually blame it on Cuba, saying that they did it because for some reason the US wanted to go to war with Cuba. I'm sure there's loads of information on the internet about it, but they wanted to frame it. Where are people shouting outside? Shut up. The proposal was completely rejected, and then the documentation of it was actually released to the public after Kennedy's death, so you can actually find that on the internet if you look it up. So of course, since all that happened, what happens next shouldn't really become as big of a shock, okay? By the way, I've got my phone in my hand, it's because I made notes on there, because a lot of people believe, right, that the attacks on the World Trade Center was organised by George Bush to just say they had an excuse to go to war with Iraq and Afghanistan. Okay, and considering what I just told you, it does seem pretty believable. Also, the same people who believe that the 9/11 was done by George Bush also believe that that the Twin Towers went down like it was a demolition, like they actually did like a demolition on it at the same time. So, and because it just fell vertically, if it was gonna fall, it wouldn't fall straight down. It really should like fall at a slant or something to get one in, but it just went straight down. Okay, so, and even I believe that's a bit strange. Even me who's never even seen a live demolition thinks that does look like a demolition. The next one is about the Denver airport. The Denver airport was built in 1995, okay? At this point in time, Denver already had a fully functioning airport, so there was no actual need to build another airport, okay? This new airport, okay, it had less runways than the other one did, and there was no technology advancements or anything, okay? Like, it was essentially a worse airport than the last one, so what would be the point in building this new one? The new airport took up more space, and that's what concerns people, because there's less things in it, but it takes up more space than the other one, like a strange amount of space. Also, it was around $3.1 billion over budget. How would you go that much over budget? How? And there's actually a stone apparently in the middle of like the terminal that says it was funded by the New World Airport Commission. But that's a funny mystery, isn't it, if you think about it, because if you actually research into it, they don't exist. The New World Airport Commission doesn't exist at all, okay? But but it's believed that the New World Airport Commission is actually referencing the New World Order. Okay, the New World Order is basically a group of people, like group of famous, powerful people who currently have a lot of influence over us. Okay, and they want to create a big government for the entire world. But to do this, they kind of need to take over it, and they need to create like a mass genocide, bumping the world population down to like 2 billion people, and then they will create this own government of themselves, for themselves. And the reason why the airport is so big is because it is actually housing bunkers underneath for these famous people to hide in during the genocide. Okay, which is kind of scary if you think about it. I quite enjoy being alive. The best piece of evidence for this is actually in the airport. There are huge, like, murals. Someone's coughing outside. I'm gonna catch their cold again. The best evidence for this is there are big murals all around the airport showing, like, depicting images of mass genocide. Okay, and they're all kind of scary and creepy, and I've been on holiday loads of times, and the only pictures and murals I see are of nice sunny beaches, not killing people. And it's not really what the kind of thing you want to see when you're off on holiday. It's a bit odd, so it might be a bit of a hint. Another interesting theory is that the CIA was responsible for creating AIDS. The CIA has been known to actually do illegal experiments in the past, such as give LSD to Americans without them knowing and without them being able to consent. So really, this theory, based upon that, doesn't seem too far-fetched, does it? The main theory is that they created AIDS in a lab and then injected it to gay men, basically, without them knowing or consenting. The thought process is that all this happened during 1978, during the hepatitis B experiments in San Francisco, LA and New York. There's a lot about it online, so you can read up as much as you like about this theory. Once again, I'm sure I'll find the links to these sources again and put it in the description so you can read up about all these things. The strange one is about a Roman emperor, okay? So apparently there was a Roman emperor that his name is somewhere, I didn't write it down though for some reason, and the theory is that he wanted to, it was a long time ago, and he wanted to rule in the year 1000. So to do this, he had to date the calendar wrong by 297 years. Okay, and it's believed that the Pope helped him fill in, and so many others also helped fill in the 297 year gap with made up information and made up history. The proof of this is that hardly any artwork survives of this time period, hardly any literature as well or anything. There's been no technological advances during this huge phantom time period, and also any writing about the history seems to have been written hundreds of years before it happened. So unless they suddenly had the magical ability to see into the future, it's probably, this could be actually true. If this is true, then then this current year is no longer 2016, it is actually 1719. So I feel old now. The final theory is about Princess Diana's death. Okay, so in 1997, Princess Diana died in a car crash in Paris, along with her lover slash boyfriend slash whatever he was, called Dodi Al-Fayed. I think that's how it's pronounced. I'm so sorry if it's incorrect. And also the driver of the vehicle died as well in the car crash. The only person that actually survived the car crash was Al-Fayed's bodyguard. There was a large investigation with the French police, and they concluded that it was a crash caused by the driver losing control of the wheel because he had drunk so much alcohol, and he was also dosed up on loads of antidepressants. However, conspiracy theorists believe that she was murdered, okay? Because people don't recall the taxi driver appearing drunk in any way or anything like that. They believe that Princess Diana was actually pregnant with Al-Fayed's baby. So the Duke of Edinburgh, which is the Queen's husband, told MI6 to kill Diana and Dodi Al-Fayed. Okay, which I don't know if I fully believe that. I feel like it's very far-fetched, but part of me does believe it a bit. So I don't know. I don't know if I believe half of these or not, because once again they seem very far-fetched. Part of me does believe and part of me doesn't. Please comment below to let me know what you think to these theories, if you enjoyed them, and if you think I should do another conspiracy video. Which ones do you believe? Which ones don't you believe? Just let me know down in the comments. I reply to pretty much all my comments. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you have a lovely day. Bye. And don't forget to like and subscribe.